Cari Lekebusch. Good evening.
It's very good to be here.
We liked having you here as well.
Merci.
So a few questions for you.
Yes.
Why techno? What do you like in that style?
I think one of the main reasons for me is that techno brings all kinds of people together. Like you have all these different genres, but techno, the special thing about the techno genre is that in techno, you can just hear the influences from all kinds of directions, from rock, reggae, jazz, funk, anything, you know. With techno, you have the freedom of kind of tweak things out the way you want, and I mean, you see on the dance floor, it brings people together in a unique way that some other genres also do, but that's what I like about techno. It kind of brings, you can see some people from all different genres and parts of life and society always on techno parties, and you have a very mixed crowd, and it's not like everybody dresses like this, or you gotta have black t-shirt, or you gotta have this. You can be whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's just the uniqueness. The more unique you are, probably, that is what interests me in techno. Also with the music, with the fashion, with the lifestyle, with the attitude, a very open-minded attitude. I think that's really important.
I agree. And so you are also a producer?
Oui.
Yes. About how many hours, how much time do you spend weekly doing your own productions?
Yeah. Well, nowadays I pretty much spend all my time in the week that I can in the studio. So if I can, Monday to Thursday, I just gonna lock the door and just throw away the key. But then on Friday and Saturday, usually I play.
Yes.
But it's not always like that. I mean, sometimes you have to, there's other things in life you have to do and that you want to do, of course, as well. But, I mean, if I can choose, every day. It used to be more difficult, like a few years ago, because I still was running my own label by myself, and nowadays I have a management for that, and I have people that partners that I work together with. So it gives me so much more time to make music and to be touring. So the world will definitely see much more of me the next few years, yes.
I think we are going to like
And
this.
here also.
And so same question about the managing, that I understood it takes you a bit less time than before.
Exactly.
But
I mean,
still, how much time
that's
do
the
you
whole
spend?
thing. I know that you wanted to ask me about how I manage my label and things like that. And I used to do it totally different. I did as much as I could myself, which is not, it's not a chance in the life that I could do that really good myself and make music. And it's just way too much. So I have some people that help me with this. And it makes a difference. It makes a big difference.
Of course. And what was the first reason for you to create your own label, H Productions?
Some of the reasons were, obviously, I had some music that I've made that I sent to different labels. But back then, I mean, this was like, wow, it's a long time ago. And back then, it was kind of hard, you know, it was a bit too weird and underground kind of for most of the labels, you know. So they were more interested in some tracks I've made that were a bit more, I don't know, not too far ahead maybe. Because like 5 years later, I released these tracks and the same people came to me like, wow, can you do a few tracks for our label like this? And I said, well, these were the tracks I gave you like a few years ago. I gave the demo to you and you said it was too weird, and like now you ask me to do it. Now I don't do these anymore. I do this instead. Here, take these. Oh, no, it's a bit weird. And that's the story, you know, but that's why I created Hybrid as well, Hybrid Production, which is now just called H Productions, because I had a little legal run-in with some people called Hybrid, and well, to cut a long story short, it's H Productions now. It's still Hybrid Productions. And I created it because I wanted to release that music way ahead. So I didn't want to wait 3 years to release my tracks. I wanted here. And whatever I wanted to release, I released it. And the reason why I called it hybrid, I know you was wondering as well why I chose the name hybrid. I think it's a pretty nice name for a techno label, because for me techno is kind of making hybrids of all kinds of different things, and you get an inspiration from here and there. You put them together, or a few different ones, and whoop, here you go. Here's the techno for 2011 and 2012 and so forth. So I think it's a good name for that, and also that pretty much we are all hybrids. You know, we have a mother, we have a father. Our mother's from there, father's from there, and it's just kind of the way life, it seems. Yeah, that's the way life works.
Well, yes. And about how many daily requests you have from artists who want to sign with your label?
Well, I get quite a few demos.
Yes.
But, well, officially nowadays, it's not really I'm looking for artists for my label. It's more, you know, I don't take in like too much new people on my label now. It's more like people I know a bit, and I'd like to work with in the future. I can't really spend time on totally brand new acts. It's not that kind of label. Hybrid is not that kind of label. But I get a lot of demos. Like every day I have I can at least 5 or 6 sometimes. And so I really I'm not looking for demos like that. And I think a lot of labels, when it comes to techno, they don't really work like record labels do. Okay, you send demos and boom, there you go. It's more, you know, you need to have a good timing, and you really need to think before you approach a techno label. Like, is this the right label for me? Yeah. Do I think they would like to work with me, I mean, 5-10 years ahead? It's not like, oh, I put out a record there, I put out a record there and there and there. Nowadays, you can't do that no more. You really need to spend time on your artists. Yes. So it's better to have a few artists and work them properly. You know, you put your effort in it, you put your heart into it, and if it's just too much of everything, you just throw it. You can't really get enough time for everything. So as an upcoming techno producer today, I think it's more difficult in one way, but it's much easier in another way. And there are enough labels that are looking for new talent, you know, and I think as a new talent, it's better to go to a bit more established label where you see that they are working with new talents and stuff. And on my label, I'm more or less only releasing people that have been doing it for at least 10 years. Okay. Like I'd say that's almost like a magic limit, at least 5-10 years or something. Okay.
And so you signed also with Drum Code?
Yeah, I've released, I started all the way when Adam Bayer started Drum Code. I was involved as well in, you know, helping him with the graphics and
when was this?
This was, when did he start his thing? I think it was like 94, 95 there, 96. The first Drum Code patterns came, and the label got created like just end of the 90s there. It really got started. And I started to make some records there. I haven't released for, like I say, a year or two on Drum Code now, but I have been working for at least a year on some new material for Adam's Drum Code, and he has been, he has been looking for, no, not looking. He has found a few of my tracks, so I just need to do a couple of more, and then that's gonna result in another Drum Code record. I just released a record on True Soul Records as well, which is the sister label of Drum Code. Okay. With Joel Mull, together with Joel Mull. And yeah, we've been working together for a long time now. Just loads of the Swedish techno producers. We met when we were still, you know, we're in birth pretty much. Yes. When I mean, Stockholm is a small city, and you know, you hear people and you meet people pretty quick if you're in the same business like that, you could say, if you call it a business or music genre. So and I'm looking forward to work more with drum code and all the Swedish people in the future.
Yeah.
I think that's always been our little strength. That's why Swedish techno, I think, has made it abroad. We have
Abroad
been
and
working
big.
together and
Supporting each other.
Yeah, supporting each other, like doing remixes here and there, and just back and forth. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but always on a friend basis. And I think that helps a lot. I see in some places in the world where people, and not only artists, also promoters, and they struggle with each other and they fight, and it's politics and this and that. You know, it's many stories to be told, but I think it's, as a small scene, or like a small group of people, obviously you gain by cooperation rather than killing off each other.
Obviously. Okay. Anything else to say about drum code or about your coming to Geneva?
Well, thank you so much for bringing me here to Geneva. I
you for
haven't been
coming.
here for quite some time. So it was good to be here again and take the temperature of Geneva. And I think you did a really nice party. The venue was excellent. People seemed to, really get into the new style of techno that is 2010 and
Yes.
11 coming up soon. So I think you're doing a good job, and you should continue educating the people like that
We'll
here in
try
Geneva. I mean, I've been in some other places in Switzerland as well,
Yes.
and I never actually, to be honest, I never had a bad experience in Switzerland, not that I can think of, and I didn't think that this was going to be anything but nice.
Okay.
So yeah, and really nice venue you found
Thank you. Oh, we're done.
here. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much else we could be talking about.
Of course.
But yeah,
Yeah.
if you think
I
we have
didn't-
enough.
I
we have
didn't do the
enough.
questions though.
Cool.
For me, it's
Excellent.
thank you.
Unity.